call the meeting to order. Everyone have a chance to look over last month's minutes. A motion to approve.
I'll make the motion to approve last month's minutes.
Second.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. We'll disapprove, say no. All right, Matt.
Any public comments? I'm gonna save my voice and let Smiley go over some program updates, but I don't really have a whole lot tonight. But I'll let him do the program, then I'll give you an update on the grants, and so that'll be about it.
So we started basketball last week, basketball games anyway. We ran them through, we had to cancel, I guess, Friday and Saturday with all the weather. And we had to cancel it yesterday. We really tried to get them in today, but we went and looked at some of the schools, the parking lots and stuff, and still going to be a little too dangerous with when the sun goes down and it's going to get cold and just freeze everything back up again. As much as we hated to, we just felt it was best to just go ahead and cancel tonight and give us a couple of days to get all the snow out for us to pick back up on Thursday. But what I saw from the first week was pretty good. Looking forward to a pretty good year or good season of basketball. So. Secondly, speaking of basketball, I think Matthew mentioned it a month or two ago that we were looking into the All-Star tournament that me and the guys from Greenville Parks and Rec and Morristown Parks and Rec created a couple years ago. Greenville hosted the first one. Last year was at Morristown at the Landings, and then this year we did get the confirmation that we are going to host that tournament this year. There was originally 5 towns involved. Dandridge was going to jump in this year, bring us up to 5 groups, but they had some logistic issues, so they're not able to jump in this year. So it's just going to be the regular 4, which is us, Morristown, Greenville, and Cocke County. So those 3 cities are going to come into Rogersville on March 7th and 8th. That's a Friday night, and then all day Saturday. Our gym space, is very, very limited, but we were able to make it work where we are using both the big gym and the little gym at the city school. We're going to be using Rogersville Middle School and Cherokee High School as well. So we'll have 4 gyms running that weekend with all the different age groups. I think there's 5 age groups. We're looking at about probably 170, 180 kids that's going to be playing in this tournament, which, when they bring in moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, aunts and uncles and stuff, there's going to be we're hoping for pretty good crowds to be coming into Rogersville. I think it's going to be good for the town that weekend. Just other logistics with it, kind of working with the schools in regards to other things like, they're not charging us to use our facilities, which is great, and that goes to the great relationship we have with the city school, the Board of Education, and the schools themselves. But in turn, I'm kind of working out details where, they can maybe have like some school teams or school clubs or something to run their concession stand. That way they can, all the money that goes through the concessions is all theirs, as a way to help out their clubs and stuff. And it's kind of a thank you for letting us use their facility. So kind of working out those details. We'll have a flyer and stuff to kind of marketing stuff coming out in a few weeks as it gets closer, because we're going to try to promote it. We want to get as many Rogersville people as we can to come and support these kids who make the All-Star team and represent us very well. So just really thrilled that we're going to get to have that tournament this year, and it's just going to be good to put our city on display for a couple days. So wanted to mention that. So we'll be looking for that stuff in the near future. Outside of basketball, we're going to start sign-ups for baseball probably first couple weeks of February. So we're shooting for. So here in just a few weeks, we'll start getting baseball signups underway. Still have a lot of stuff to work on with it, but we're just trying to get basketball rolling before we put all of our focus on baseball and softball and stuff. So we're going to look to start that sometime early to mid-February. Outside of sports, we've got Family Feud coming up next Friday night, starting at 6. We took last year we had 16 teams, and it was pretty crazy. It was loud, and it was absolutely insane. So to make it a little better for everybody and more enjoyable, we dropped the teams down to 8, and then we got a waiting list of up to 12 teams. And if we can hit that 12th team, then we'll take those 4 and we'll have 12 teams. And we're currently so we're at 13 total right now. So we got one team waiting to call and say, well, hey, we're going to play, and then we'll have 12 teams to split into full play.
We're at 11 now.
I think we had 8, and then there was 2. We took 1 today, put us at, or yeah, sorry,
11.
my math is.
We need one more.
Sorry.
You need groups
Yeah.
of 4
Yeah,
logistics. So we capped it at 8, and then was going to take a waiting list up to 12. So we're at 11. So we'll get one more and be good to go.
yeah. So pumped for that. That was a really fun event last year. So I'm excited to get to do that again. That was a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun, and everybody seemed to enjoy it. It just when you've got 16 teams in there in just that room, it gets pretty chaotic. So we're gonna give it another shot. I mean, it was popular, so you kind of don't want to go away from that. So then next I'm looking at a trivia night sometime maybe in February. I'm just kind of looking at our availability on our calendar and seeing what fits. So we'll probably do another trivia night. I don't know what kind of trivia night. I think I want to say last year we might have done like movie trivia or something maybe, or maybe it was general. I can't remember. But I think we'll have like a more specialized trivia night. So whenever we get that information, we'll post that out. Outside of that, I've been working on summer fun stuff, kind of getting a rough draft together of events we want to do for the summer. I'm seeking any businesses that want to get involved and help sponsor, because that's one of the big things for the summer of fun, to put a lot of that big stuff on that we did last year. We couldn't have done it without the help of sponsors. So, if you all hear any local businesses or people who want to get involved, send them my way. I can give them any and all information in regards to it. And, we'll have, probably in April or so, we'll have something finalized and ready to go. So, got a couple more months of planning. So.
What size donations do you look for?
It really just depends on like the event. So, for like a bingo night, if we had a sponsor for it, it just kind of depends on how many prizes can we get together. And then you've got like the movie nights, the price of bringing in the movie guy to come in. So all of them, they all vary. So, I've got a couple of businesses who said they were interested, and so once I get this rough draft kind of done, I can send them, hey, this is kind of what we're looking at. Is there any of this that you might be interested in? Some things could be $150, $200, or some things could be $600, $700. It just really depends on what the event is and what they're wanting to get involved with.
That foam party was a pretty big hit, wasn't it?
That was crazy, yeah. And that was at least in the last 20 years or so, that was the largest Parks and Rec event that's gone on. There was well over 700 people for that. But that's probably, that was the most expensive thing that we did. And, it reaped a lot of benefits,
right.
And there were so many people. But, stuff like that, there's no way we could have done that without the help of Thread Bank, who sponsored that event. And then our movie nights with Josh Gillum did that for his realty company, and Rural Health sponsored Kids Camp, which is another big ticket item. So and TriStar and all those other businesses that helped out. Just some of those events, they're just not possible without the help of local businesses and stuff. So, like I said, I'm in the early planning stages of it, so we'll see what we can get figured out and just go from there.
I was on the computer today just playing around, and that rec desk I finally got on, and man,
It's handy.
It's so
it's
nice.
so convenient just to get
Yeah.
on, because I was like, okay, this team plays at this time, and
It is so nice, and especially at times like the last few days where we've had to cancel stuff,
Right.
and we could just
Send a message.
I just
I
hit
can
a
send a mass text.
Yeah, I can send whether it's a mass text or a mass email out to everybody who's got something tied to that program, so everybody gets it. So you're not just relying on people to see it on Facebook
Or a coach
or a
calling.
coach trying to
Yeah.
call. We have, like today, I sent an email to all the coaches. I sent a mass email out to all of the parents and people involved, and then a post on Facebook. And you're really
Yeah, you cover your
covering
bases.
everything there. So yeah, that rec desk is a lifesaver for stuff like that. So it's pretty handy.
Yeah, I was just kind of check this out. And
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, we've done we did a little bit of a overhaul of like the main page on it over the last couple months, where like to make it more accessible, where before you kind of had to click a lot of things to get where you needed to go, but we've got like on the home page just buttons that say, league schedules and programs, and if you want to rent a pavilion, if you want to rent a ball field or something, like it's all
And it's
right there.
Simple.
One click sends you right where you need to go. So it has been very, very handy, stuff like that.
All of our Facebook posts
hmm
automatically link to our rec desk front
Yeah,
page.
so if you scroll
Yeah.
to like the bottom of like the home page, there's a banner down there that every single post we make on Facebook. It just kind of it surfs through each one of those individually. So it's
Well, that was
became really
something that was definitely
Well,
needed.
yeah.
well worth the money.
yeah.
So that's about it.
The program.
As far as grant updates, the playground, I've got a meeting next week with the installers about when and what they need from us to get the site ready, but I think we're pretty well on track as long as the weather will hold and allow us to get out there sometime in the hopefully next week, but next few weeks to take out the swings and level up the site. May have to bring a couple of loads of fill dirt in, but we're gonna, Joe Parrish gonna come out there and set some stakes and shoot some levels. But I'm still targeting March for that, but I'll find out more next week what the installers have in mind. But we'll start on the site prep and the demo of the swings next week, hopefully. The pickleball, we was hoping to start last month, but with the CDBG grant, they required that environmental review that took, I swear, 8 months to finish. And I just got, that's a state requirement. And I just got the email saying that was finished and we had the green light to start taking the fence down and the nets up and busting all the asphalt up Friday night. So now this week we can.
So you haven't exactly had the weather for any of it either.
That's true.
True. Beginning of December, I did.
Oh, it would've been, yeah, it'd been great.
If I'd have thought, I mean, if they would have been ready, we would have been ready. But now, like I said, now we're ready. Just as long as the weather can hold out for us. But hopefully, we're ready to start as soon as the weather turns enough to get our guys out there and take that fence down and start busting up and getting prepared. Joe's got our civil designs, the layout for those courts done. So we're looking to go out to bid for the construction of the new courts, hopefully next month. That's the target. So we were looking at colors and all that today. But yeah, everything's, we're a couple of weeks behind schedule, but not too far, not too bad, I don't think so. All the other stuff will be later in the year, as far as the concession stand and all that. But first two things on the priority list is playground and the pickleball. So we're still kind of targeting and being ready to start construction of it March, April. So should be good for spring. Other than that, that's, like I said, the paving was the last thing, and that probably won't be done till September-ish, October-ish. This year is going to be park's going to look a lot different this year with all the construction that's going to be going on throughout the year. So people just have to bear with us and suffer through the construction just to get to, something bigger and better. So
It's just part of it.
it is part of it, yeah. Other than that, that's all I've got. I don't have any new business.
Motion is there.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All right.
Feel better.
Yeah.